So much weather to discuss over the next few days. We've got four low pressure systems right now affecting Australia. Tropical lows causing heavy rain and flooding across the Pilbara district of WA. A low has already brought severe storms to southwest WA this week. A low there moving out into the Tasman Sea. It's caused some heavy rain in Victoria and New South Wales this week. And we have the first tropical cyclone of the season, a tropical low forming in the Coral Sea. We're up to day 11 of a big rain event for the eastern seaboard. 11 consecutive days with heavy rain and storms. And yesterday, severe storms through many parts of New South Wales, including Sydney. Two bands of storms moved through. They were severe. We had torrential rain, bit of flash flooding, up to 30 millimetres falling in an hour, and we had some damaging wind gusts that brought down trees, and as a result, over 30,000 properties without power just in Sydney alone, with hundreds of call-outs to the SES. The wet weather continues along the east coastline. We're not expecting storms through New South Wales. Behind that front, there has been a southerly change. However, we'll still see storms through Queensland and northern New South Wales, and a pair of upper troughs will bring further heavy rain to eastern New South Wales as we move through the weekend. Tropical low heading south, causing heavy rain and flooding through the inland parts of WA. And as I mentioned, a tropical low. Everyone's watching this system. It could develop into a cyclone over the weekend. Probably a high chance by early next week. You'll notice the isobars packed together, and there is the potential for a major cyclone to hit the populated tropical Queensland coast at some point early next week. Let's take a look at that. Already we've got heavy rain along the central Queensland coast. That's been falling all week. That rain will actually ease in the short term. And there's our low pressure system. As it winds up, the winds increase. You'll notice the yellow arrows indicating gale force winds. Now, it's too early to say exactly when and where the system will hit the coast, but there is a good chance at some point next week this low hitting that tropical coastline. It could be up around Cooktown, it could be as far south as the central coast. It's just too early to say for sure, but what is guaranteed is we will see that system in the Coral Sea bringing heavy rainfall, and if it pushes onto the coast, well, hundreds of millimetres of rain are on the way, indicated by that red shading. That black shading north of Townsville even indicates the potential for over 400 millimetres of rain. So the threat of widespread flooding, which could be major, the threat of destructive winds and a storm surge, but of course these rain totals are highly dependent on the exact position and intensity of that tropical cyclone. But we'll watch it closely as we move through the weekend. For New South Wales, well, the rain continues. It's a different weather system, an upper trough, but still rain moving through eastern New South Wales through Thursday and Friday. That system moves away. Now, just when you're hoping for a dry weekend, another upper trough will move in. Further showers and storms for Saturday. Some of those storms could be severe. And on Sunday, we're looking at rain through the northern part of the state. So the rain will not be as widespread as what we have seen over the past couple of weeks, but still more rain for New South Wales, with an average fall of probably about 20 millimetres for the eastern part of the state, with isolated heavier falls associated with storms. Good falls also for the eastern half of Victoria, thanks to that pair of upper troughs and lows moving through. Let's take a look at WA. Tropical low heading towards the coast. Port Hedland's already picked up over 150 millimetres in 24 hours. Flash flooding and river flooding for the Pilbara over the next 24 hours. The heaviest rain moving south then on Saturday and indeed Friday. Torrential falls for the central inland, particularly the goldfields. That rain will clear by about Sunday morning, but then a front will bring a burst of showers to southwest WA with strong winds, as indicated by the yellow arrows. We could even see over 100 millimetres for the central inland of WA from this tropical low, so definitely some flooding on the way. They've already picked up some heavy falls from a cloud band. That cold front will then cross the Bight. Now, you'll notice the isobars are quite close together. That means it's a fairly strong cold front, a strengthening northerly before it arrives, and then a gusty southwesterly change. And this chart clearly shows the intensity of the winds on the Queensland coast. The isobars are almost touching with that system perhaps moving inland, and another tropical low popping up on our models off the north coast of WA. We'll just take a look at the temperatures over southeastern Australia. It has cooled down compared to yesterday for New South Wales thanks to the southerly. Still hot in the west of the state, and we're expecting another northerly to form up ahead of that strong front early next week. As a result, over the weekend, maximum temperatures will climb above 30 for South Australia. They're already above 30 for northern Victoria and western New South Wales. And on Monday, a strengthening northerly could see temperatures hitting the mid-30s through northern Victoria, even close to 40, indicated by that red shading. A gusty southwesterly change will follow. Now, we will keep you updated right through the weekend on the potential for that tropical cyclone in the Coral Sea hitting the coastline.